I came home from work the other day and found something no man should ever have to see.
Honey, I'm home.
I opened the cupboard to find another new water cup. And when I asked my wife, why'd you get another new water bottle? This is the same as the rest of them. She said, no, this one's green. How silly of me to assume that they were different. This one's clearly blue and this one's clearly green. Oh, I'm such a dummy. And then as I dug deeper in the cupboard, I found more and more water receptacles. Why do we need 2 of the same cup? Why do we need 40 of similar cups? How much money is this costing us? Am I doomed to do this song and dance every 6 months for the rest of my life till death do us part? So, I went to work the next day, and after a little water cooler talk, I found out I'm not alone. The water bottle bug has bitten everyone. So I asked the guys to bring in every single water bottle their wife has bought, and this is the result. What are we doing? I mean, can you believe this? This was $30. This one, $20. $40 for this guy. Big Bertha. Oh, shit. And if I'm doing the math here, we got roughly 28 cups. Get this. For 4 women. That's 7 cups a woman. So let's just say that each water bottle on average costs $30. We take 28 times 30. That is $840. $840. Guys, we're gonna do this exercise. There will be 4 water cups for 4 guys. And each one will be some rendition of a stadium souvenir cup that they got at a ball game. Now, technically it's not free, but it's mentally free. I mean, you buy a beer and it comes with it. And now I have a water cup that's gigantic that I can use for eternity. Why so many cups for them and so little for us? I could just move on and not think about all of the time, money, and water my wife has put into these cups. But I'm not that kind of guy. So let's investigate. Why do women love fancy water cups?
Stanley bottles. They're Stanley's.
Awala.
Stanley brand drinking cup.
Now, when I first think about this, my initial opinion is, well, they buy these because everyone else has one. Because everywhere you look online, women are constantly flaunting their water receptacle. So it makes sense that if everyone's got one, you might as well buy one too. Whether it's a different straw or a new color or a locking lid, you gotta have the newest feature. If you don't, you're gonna die of FOMO. I've had to give my wife CPR multiple times from almost dying of FOMO. I mean, clearly FOMO is powerful, and I can understand FOMO being the reason to buy an additional cup. But we're not talking about 1 or 2 extra cups. We're talking about 7. There's something more going on here. I can taste it. I can sense it. I can feel it sucking up the straw of my Stanley right now. There has to be a reason why women love buying fancy water cups every 6 months. Before we go any further, we need to decide, is this a water cup, a mug, a tumbler? Jake, pull up Stanley's website. So we have mugs and cups. Those look like coffee mugs. Okay, go back to the top, highlight over. Is it a quencher? Oh no. Click on quencher. Ah, they call it a quencher. It's a Stanley quencher. The Quencher H2.0 flow state trademark. I am not calling it a quencher. Nice try, Stanley. Your marketing tactics aren't gonna work on this guy. I'm not calling it a quencher, I'm calling it a mug. Or should we call it a cup? Probably more of a cup. Yeah. Don't you think? For the sake of the video, we'll just call it a cup. The Stanley Cup. The fancy water cup. First time I was introduced to these fancy water bottles was way back when my sister showed up from college bragging about her new Nalgene water bottle. To me, this was just a regular water bottle, but to her, it was the holy grail. Said it had a wide mouth top to put ice in it, and it was virtually indestructible. Go ahead, run it over with a car. It won't break. Doesn't matter. Indestructible. Everyone had one of these, and you were only cool if you started slapping stickers on it. Thus starting a water revolution. Over the next 15 years, there were only a few innovators in the water bottle game. You had the Camelback bottle with the no spill straw, the metal insulated swell bottle, and the bright colored hydro flask. And so around the time that we have these water bottles getting popular, we also see a giant boom on social media of people prioritizing their health. Boutique workout places started popping up. You got Orange Theory, Solid Core, your wife's friend who opened up a yoga studio. For food, we got fast casual restaurants started bringing back real ingredients, and now you can buy a $20 salad at Sweet Green. Your wife's favorite influencers started preaching drink more water. Get your gallon in a day. But it turns out drinking a shitload of water really isn't that fun. You constantly gotta refill your bottle, and let's face it, it is not very sexy to drink 128 ounces of water in one day. So we got a bunch of people who want to drink more water, but they also need something to keep it cold longer and not have to refill it every single hour, and they want to look cool doing it. So you got this group of women who are jonesing to spend their money on something that checks all those boxes. And then the Stanley Quencher comes along and changes your wife's life forever. Oh, I'm not calling it a Stanley Quencher. Stanley started a boom of new brands, new colors, and new line items on your credit card statement. Stanley was the first domino to fall to send us into water cup oblivion. And then you start getting brands like Hydro Jug and Hydro Flask, Awala, Simple Modern, Swell, Beaker, and each brand had to one-up the last one. The most minute changes in design became a new reason for you to buy a new water bottle. And if you're a guy watching this, you're probably thinking, wow, women are crazy. And yes, you are right. But not so fast, fellas. We've seen this before, and it goes by the name of Yeti. Guys started buying their coolers, then their drinkware, then their lunch boxes, then their ice boxes, ice buckets, and then blankets. They gotta have more Yeti. I know guys who bought a second Yeti tumbler just because it came out in military green, and they're not even in the service. And soon other knockoff brands started selling stuff that was exactly like Yeti. Sorry, I could go on and on about Yeti's nonsense, but I think that's for another video. If the Yeti boom for guys was the bonfire of consumerism, the Stanley Cup craze was the atomic bomb. Every other video on TikTok had a gal showing off her brand new Stanley. SNL even made a sketch about it.
I got 2 cups, one for me and one for my grandma's ashes.
And Stanley became the consumerism final boss. Something as simple as different colorways became a new reason to spend $40 on a new water cup. And honestly, spending $40 to make yourself drink more water and thus be more healthy, I guess it's not such a big deal, but when you gotta spend that money every couple months because they came out with a new shade of blue, I don't know. I mean, quite literally, since we started working this video, Stanley came out with 5 new colorways. Okay guys, what if we did blue? That's terrible! But what if we made it more blue? If you don't have the new color, you are missing out. Trust me, take a look at the 2024 Valentine's Day Massacre. Oh, pause it. Those girls are wearing the exact same outfit. Tan sweatshirt over leggings, Ugg boots, and long socks. And then there's another gal in the, oh my God, just a different shade of brown sweatshirt wearing the same exact outfit. And they're all there to just get a red cup. Say what you want about us guys, but me and the boys have never trampled each other over a cooler. The only time you get hurt with Yeti is when you gotta lift the 500-pound cooler into the bed of your truck and your back goes out. But no, not today. That's for another video. So up until this point, at first I thought, hey, they're popular, that's why people are buying them. And then I dove a little deeper and thought, oh, it's all about hydration and health becoming popular. That's why they want to buy water cups, to drink more water. But to be honest, I don't think that health is a good enough reason to trample someone. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but my doctor would probably argue that trampling does the opposite of health. If it was truly only about health, they would just buy a water cup and drink water, and that would be the end of it. But instead, I'm afraid it's only the beginning. I mean, look at these accessories. This girl's literally got a snack tray around the top of her Stanley so she can have snacks and drink water with one hand. And it doesn't stop there. We got life jackets with compartments in them, custom ice molds, aftermarket straws, a mini cup to go on the straw of your big cup. You got a whittle cup to go in your big cup. Oh yes, we finally found a use for a Cricut machine. You can make custom stickers to slap on there. Not an original idea, Nalgene did it first, okay? The tumbler divider, actually pretty cool. Can you imagine you got beer on one side and mixed drink on the other, and you just flip back and forth? Hey Yeti, take notes on that one. I'd maybe buy that. But that's for another video, not today. Also, the life jacket comes with a strap. Look at this shit. This girl's literally wearing the Stanley Cup as a purse. Now Stanley's coming for the purse industry. Look out, Louis Vuitton. No one's safe anymore. I'm starting to wonder if they even put water in these things anymore, or is it just a filing cabinet for all their lipsticks and lotions? I mean, now it appears that it's not even about what water cup and color and feature you have anymore. It's all about how you style it. This has become only about fashion. Yes, these cups are popular, and yes, it's about FOMO. And yes, they keep you healthier, but it did not take over the world until it transitioned into a fashion statement. And what is fashion all about? Identity. These cups right here began to represent the people who buy them. These colors tell the story of who you are, and the accessories you put on it show the person you want to be. The purse strap says, I am always on the move. The life jacket signals, I am organized and ready for anything. The divider signifies, yeah, I'm a little bit of an alcoholic. Fashion shows who you are and what you stand for to other people. Raw dog and a Stanley. Raw dog and a Stanley sends a different message to the world than having one with a shitload of attachments on it. And that's what fashion's all about, showing who you are to the world. And it just so happens that right now the most fashionable thing comes in the form of a water cup. They're popular because they can be matched perfectly with how people want themselves to be perceived. I'm stylish, working on my health, and a little bit quirky. Tee-hee-hee-hee. Because the cup aligns with who they are, women also feel great using it. And when I asked my wife why she likes it, she said, it just feels good to drink out of one of those cups. And guys, we gotta remember, this is just like when we buy a new hat. We can't wait to wear it. If you open up the cupboard, 6 or 7 water bottles. If you go into my closet, I don't know about you guys, but I got about like 40 different hats. Slapping on a new Richardson 112 hat with a company logo on it. And don't think we don't have our own accessories. The little fish hook that goes on the brim of the hat. The flip-flop sandals with the bottle opener on the bottom of them. Actually pretty glad we moved on from those. It was quite pointless. Companies like Stanley have to put out new products all the time because of how fast fashion trends move and evolve. Maybe I'm not that much different, but for maybe a different reason. I buy a new hat every 3 months, but it's mostly because I'm a sweaty guy and I get a hot day and sucker can be ruined.
Oh yeah, sweatband around the
yeah. Don't buy white hats, I found out.
Yeah.
You know that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You should put a photo in here of your cream colored hat that started white.
It's true, yeah.
Maybe at this point in time, Stanley and all the other brands that come with it are just the girl version of guys buying a bunch of hats. I got a lot of hats for different situations, all sending a message to the world about who I am. And I think it's the same for all those water cups. And that's why we're in the situation we're in. The fancy water cup started for health reasons and has stuck around for fashion. And if I'm being honest, if you want to buy a new water cup every 6 months for $40, it's probably fine. If it makes you feel good and you identify with it, that's great. If you buy a $40 cup instead of a $1,000 purse, that's even better. Guys, let's not be so cynical. Let's maybe take a sec to look at all the positives in this. If your gal's drinking more water, that means less headaches. And less headaches maybe mean a little more romping in the hay. These cups make her happy, and we all know, gentlemen, that a happy wife equals a happy life. And be honest, would you rather hold a water bottle in public or her purse? Plus, every night having 40 ounces of ice cold water on the other nightstand that you can use is awesome. She never drinks it all, so she don't care. And I don't gotta run down after I got into bed to get my own water. Boom! You scrape away all the crap and really look at it. This is a fashion trend, and all trends come and go. So instead of moaning and groaning like I do when I see a new fancy water cup in the cupboard, let's be grateful, because the next fashion trend could be even crazier and much more expensive. So if you like this video, hit the subscribe button, the like button, And send this to a buddy whose wife likes to buy way too many fancy water cups. Cheers, guys.